Lux presents Hollywood. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, bring you the Lux Radio Theater, starring Dana Andrews and Ida Lupino in Daisy Kenyon. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keeley.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Like many of you, I was among the 750,000 readers who made Daisy Kenyon one of the best-selling novels of its year. And we're fortunate that picture making is drawing more and more on bestsellers for its stories and its characters. We can also thank 20th Century Fox for their excellent screenplay of Daisy Kenyon, which we bring you tonight, starring that very fine dramatic actress, Ida Lupino, and Dana Andrews, playing the screen role to which he brought such rare distinction. I suppose it's only appropriate that one bestseller should be brought to you by another bestseller. The latter, of course, Lux Toilet Soap, which I'm sure is your favorite beauty aid, as well as the favorite beauty soap of screen stars. And it's equally appropriate that a story of romance, as is our play tonight, should be brought to you by a product that has meant romance to many, many women by helping them have that lovelier Lux complexion. It's curtain time, and here's Act One of Daisy Kenyon, starring Dana Andrews as Dan O'Mara and Ida Lupino in the title role. New York City. It's late afternoon, and in her apartment, Daisy Kenyon, young, attractive, and quite a successful magazine illustrator, has just received a visitor.
Dan, I told you I had a date for dinner.
It'll keep. Who with, baby?
Well, I met him at a party last night, and I have to get dressed.
I only stopped by for a minute, Pet. I can't make it to Latimer's tomorrow night.
Oh, Dan, do you realize this is the third time in a row we've broken a date with them?
Change it to next week. I'll be there if it kills me.
No, I won't. We just won't plan anything at all.
I'm going to Washington tomorrow.
Washington? Oh, thrilling. Harry S. wants your advice on atomic energy.
Now, look, Daisy, your being mad is silly, and you know it. I've never broken a date with you unless I couldn't help it. Unless it was something really important.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I don't mean that you're not important. But we can go to the Latimers next week, and we can see each other almost any time.
No, Dan. I don't think we can. I think we're through.
Do we have to go through all this again?
We don't have to go through anything again. I just have to fight to stay happy, that's all. Fight for everything. Oh, my life's all mixed up with you every way I turn. I've tried and you've tried, but it won't work out. You have a wife, 2 children, big law practice. You're going to be important in Washington. I only have my work. You've messed that up, too.
Don't be mad, honey.
Dan, I am mad, and when I am, I can't even paint. You're never going to marry me because you'll never divorce Lucille.
That's not fair, Daisy.
Dan, you're never going to be divorced because you don't want to be. Look, I'm not being sorry for myself. I knew it would be like this. It's just that I'm tired, that's all. Tired and through.
I'll get out whenever you tell me to. But I want you to tell me because you mean it. Not because you're angry. Are you really telling me now, Daisy?
I said I was. Oh, Dan, will you ever believe I really mean what I say? I've tried to break this off. Honestly, I've tried. And I will one day, too.
All right. You will. Maybe next year. Maybe next week. But not this week.
No, not this week. Now go on, beat it. My date's due.
Night, darling. Hey, taxi! Taxi!
Sorry, I'm keeping this cab.
Why tie it up? After all, Miss Kenyon may not be ready for another 30 minutes.
Miss Kenyon?
You've got a date with her, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
I say, look, I'll send the cab right back as soon as I'm through with it.
Thanks, it's very generous.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Pete.
It's all right. Well, shall we go?
Oh, finish your drink if you'd like.
Thanks. How about the Brevoort for dinner? Haven't been there since before the war.
I'd love it. The war's been over for some time now.
Not for me. I re-enlisted. Just got out again last week.
Oh, glad you did?
Oh, it didn't matter one way or the other until last night.
What happened last night?
I met you.
Why did you keep asking me if I were real?
Why not? Nothing else is real anymore.
Mary tells me you're a boat designer.
Yeah, I used to be.
Oh, yes, I remember now. You designed the Lapham 6-meter. And there were wonderful photographs of boats in the magazines by a Susie Lapham.
My wife.
Oh. Tell me something. Don't any of you ever go back to the wives you left when you went to war? Excuse me, Pete. Yes?
Your cab, lady. That party said to come back here.
Be down in a minute. Seems there's a cab waiting.
You must have sent it back after all.
He?
That fellow who was leaving just as I got here said he needed a cab.
Oh, yes. Yes, he can be very rude at times. He was, I suppose.
Oh, I didn't notice.
We were talking about your wife.
You were. Yes, she's dead.
And Mr. Harris phoned Dan. He said he'd come by with the Fosters.
That's fine, Lucille. Won't take me a minute to change. You look very nice.
Well, thank you. Dan, why are you going to Washington tomorrow? You know, Father never discusses business with me.
I'm going down to present a brief to the SEC on amalgamated gas.
I so seldom know what you're doing. No one even expects me to know anymore.
Do you think I know what I'm doing, honey bunch? Where are the kids?
Oh, Rosamond's primping. Oh, really, Dan, I wish you'd consulted me before you told her she could go with us tonight. 13's no age for the stork club.
What's the harm in it? Where's Marie?
I'd better look in on her. She's supposed to be doing her homework. She's getting awfully impudent, too. I don't know whether... Marie, go to your room.
And I meant what I said.
Go to your room this instant.
Daddy.
Lucille, what is this?
Marie's been insolent. I told her to stay in her room because I...
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, what is it, baby?
She hit me.
But she said things. I've never been spoken to like that in my life. And by my own child.
Couldn't be that bad, Lucille. Oh, look, sweetie, Mommy didn't mean to hurt you, and I don't think you meant to be rude to her. That's one of the very worst things you can do, being rude to your mother.
Dan, you don't...
You remember the 4th commandment, don't you, Marie? The 4th. It's even ahead of murder and stealing. Now, what was it you wanted, anyway?
I just wanted to come down when the company came.
Well, maybe you can. Lucille, I'm sure she'll do her best to get her homework finished.
That has nothing to do with the way she spoke to me.
Marie, say you're sorry, then go wash your face.
I'm sorry, Mother. Thank you, Daddy.
Don't ever hit that child again, Lucille. How can you have so little control as to let an 11-year-old child...
Control? You see the children 5 minutes a day, just enough to spoil them. But if you could understand how thankless it is for
Marie
me...
wants to see the company. You'll only be here a few minutes. Is that going to hurt her?
How do you know what hurts her? What hurts anybody? Oh, I realize what I am to you, only don't interfere when I try to make better human beings of my daughters.
Lucille, please.
No, but once I'm going to say it. I know exactly what I am to you. Sometimes I wish I didn't know.
Know what? You just lost your temper with Marie, now you're losing it with me. Maybe I haven't been the best husband, but if you want me to stay any kind of husband at all, you'll never say anything again like what you tried to say just now. You say you know exactly what you are to me? Well, if you do, then you know the good things as well as the bad. You'll never have any unless you ask for it. And you know it isn't thankless. We have 2 fine girls, and you're to be thanked for that. Now, powder your nose. Go on, honey. And cheer up.
I had a fine time, Daisy. I even liked the nightclubs. Hey, do I talk too much?
Oh, you may drink too much, but you don't talk too much.
I feel good. Why'd you want to leave the Stork Club?
Oh, didn't you think it was a little crowded?
I didn't notice a soul except you. Hey, why are we stopping?
No particular reason, except this is where I live.
Oh.
Do you know it's 3:30?
No. Daisy, tell me something. Now that I've forsaken the army, what am I going to do for a living, huh?
Well, there are a lot of beautiful sloops waiting to be designed, I understand.
No, kid stuff. I think I'm going to be a ruthless tycoon from now on.
Fine. Will that give you time to see me again?
Sure, I'll see you.
I mean it. I'm not just being polite.
Now, don't say it if you don't mean it, Daisy.
Call me Sunday. If you're sober by Sunday afternoon, you can take me to a baseball game. Well?
I love you.
You what?
Good night, Miss Kenyon.
Good night, Mr. Lapham.
a chance on finding you home and put in the call. How's New York, Daisy?
New York's fine, Dan. How's Washington?
It's terrible. Say, what are you doing home on Sunday afternoon? And how's your boyfriend?
Boyfriend?
The one you went out with the other night. I stole his taxi, but I sent it back. Did you get it all right?
Oh, yes. It was very funny, wasn't it? I was furious, and I still am. Then bumping into us at the Stork Club.
I didn't bump into you.
All right, you didn't. Really, Dan, you behaved
Like
like
a cat, huh? Well, are you going to leave me for him?
I'm going to leave you all right. But not for Mr. Lapham. He's nice, but a little unstable.
Oh, really? He's got an interesting face. Daisy, listen. I expect to leave you this afternoon. I ought to be in New York about 7. Want to meet me at Penn Station?
No, Dan.
You can meet me at the Savarin restaurant.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, come on, Give. Don't make me beat you down every time.
All right. I'll see you at the Savarin.
Thanks, Daisy.
Well, hello, Counselor.
Hello, baby. Thanks for coming.
Oh, it was fun sitting here alone. You should try it sometime.
I'm sorry, Daisy. I'm scared stiff you might not have waited. You see, I need your advice. Hey, waiter, 2 martinis.
You need what?
I've just taken a case that's going to make you feel you've had a very salutary effect on me.
Well, why don't you just buy me a newspaper? If you took a case like that, it must be on page 1.
You're very ungracious. I took it because it's going to make you proud of me.
Do you want my advice, or do you just want to brag?
A little of both. I want to know how I'm going to break this to my wife's old man, my law partner, you know.
Oh,
He's going to have a stroke when he finds out we've taken a case with no fee, no publicity, and representing a Japanese. Incidentally, I'll have to go to California. It's the case of a veteran, Tsuyo Noguchi. He fought in Italy. Comes home with Purple Heart, Silver Star. Only there isn't any home to come to. Some smart operator out on the coast digs up a law written by Cortez, moves his farm right out from under him. Well, think I'm wonderful?
I am proud of you, Dan.
Then why don't you kiss me?
I will. Now, where shall we have dinner?
Oh, we won't, honey. I've got to see my father-in-law about this and a couple of other things. Which reminds me, there's some more advice I want from you. Daisy, seriously, Marie worries me. Lucille doesn't seem to know how to handle a child. What would you think of a boarding school for a while?
Oh, Dan. How do you expect me to answer a question like that? By the way, the other night in the Stork Club, Rosamond bowled me over. You didn't tell me she was getting so tall. I thought Lucille looked very well.
You sound jealous.
Didn't it ever occur to you that I have more reason to be jealous than Lucille has?
Here we are, having a perfect time when you... What are you fumbling for in your purse?
A nickel? Have you got one?
Sure, here.
Thank you. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, Daisy, open the phone booth. Who are you talking to?
Neither am I, Mary. So I thought if you could meet me at my apartment, we'll have a
Daisy.
bite and go to the movies.
Daisy, listen, I don't have to leave for half an hour.
What did you say, Mary?
Now, please don't get mad again. Daisy, can't we be happy for just 1 minute?
Just a second, Mary. Dan, I've had a bad day. I've been walking around all afternoon. 3 blocks north, 3 blocks south, south by north. I can't wander all my life. I've got to be going somewhere. Can't you understand that? Even if it's only to the movies. Hello, Mary. I'm sorry. I'll see you in 15 minutes. Yes.
Me, Pete. Pete Lapham.
Oh. Well, come in.
I know it's awful late. I'm waiting in the drugstore across the street.
I was going to a ball game this afternoon. But instead, I went to a movie tonight.
I tried to phone you. I've done something bad, huh?
Yes, Pete, I guess you